Daemonologie offers a 30-minute glimpse into Scotland's dark past, a time when fear and superstition shaped the law through religious beliefs. Being called a witch was a death sentence, even if you did have a reasonable explanation. It's a detective story that leans into folk horror and the grim reality of history, where things mix in ways that feel all too real. The presentation of Daemonologie is very minimalistic by design, but packed with lies, truths, and harsh realities of human nature. It's a point-and-click game with a simple interface where atmosphere does the heavy lifting. Most of the horror elements and visual story comes in the form of the fragmented dreams and visions of demons and witchcraft, brought to life with the eerie stop-motion animations that adds a cinematic, unsettling edge. It's disturbing, not just in tone, but in how it closely mirrors historical cruelty. These sparse visuals work in the game's favor, keeping things grounded and simple as reality creeps in slowly. The witch hunter that you play as is framed as somebody who is completely detached. From start to finish, it's clear that he doesn't care. He is simply there doing a job that he will be paid for regardless of his choices. Just like in the 1600s, where the game is set, if not earlier, superstition was often a tool. Those in power used it to silence dissent, and profit from fear when logic and reason would not work. You could assume that a 30-minute game wouldn't have much to offer, and to some extent that is true. Mostly for those not willing to sit down and take the time to understand what the gameplay is actually all about. The gameplay that you will experience here is very cryptic. You're playing as the witch hunter traveling to a remote Scottish village tasked with rooting out the location of the supposed witch that is terrorizing the community. The gameplay revolves around questioning each villager while piecing together fragments of their stories and, when necessary, using torture to extract more information they are not willing to give up freely. You're working against a clock which restricts how much you can actually uncover in a single playthrough and forces you to make a fast, often indecisive theory. This is the kind of game that rewards players that love to dig deeply into story details, piecing together hidden truths while visualizing their theories through multiple playthroughs. There's a little bit of depth here for those that are willing to chase it. Personally, I didn't feel the innate desire to go back for more. I ended up walking away with only a surface level understanding. While I found the game interesting and engaging for the short time that I spent playing it, one issue stood out: the repeated torture of residents with the act of pulling out their tongues. This felt detached from the rest of the experience. While it's clearly meant to be a form of torture, the problem is that the residents would continue speaking normally afterwards, and also, this same act is repeated multiple times on the same characters. I just feel like if these events had some lasting effects on the characters, perhaps preventing them from explaining themselves or limiting their interactions, then this could have added more weight and consequence to the story. Daemonologie felt like the type of game that could have benefited from more playtime. The premise is strong, the design is effective, but the ending left a lot more to be desired. It makes you feel as though you've made a choice only to leave you with no real answer for your actions, portraying the life of a judge and executioner under the orders of nobility. If you've got a few dollars to spare and you want to test your detective skills, Daemonologie might just scratch that itch for some quick fix for mystery and history. I feel like it missed out on the possible treasure trove of ideas that could have elevated itself further.